Welcome to Residence Messenger Program. Today is Friday, April 3rd, and tomorrow is Children's Day, Artongjié. So we'll be talking with our special guest who knows a lot about children, not only because she's a mother, but also because she runs the Petite Mode Studio, which teaches creative courses about fashion design and other types of design for children. Xiaoming, welcome to the show.
Thank you, Ross, for having me here.
Now,
I'm very happy to be here.
On Children's Day, we're so lucky to have a guest like you who teaches children. And before we talk a lot more detail about Petite Mode Studio and what you do and how you teach children these wonderful things, tell us a bit more about your background before you became the director of Petite Mode Studio.
Well, I'm a mother of three, and we actually started Petite Mode Studio in 2015. By that time, I just had my little one, my third one, and he just turned 1. And I figure maybe it's time for me to go back to the, business world. And my sister happened to be, retired. And then both of us things that it's quite coincident because we both studied and worked in Paris, and we both like design and art, and we both think that Taiwan can be a better place because after seeing many buildings, lack of characters,
You're being very diplomatic to say that.
We were always copying, and we figure in able to create something, you better have something style. So we decided to start from kids, like to teach them how to appreciate art, how to read the science of the creation, and furthermore is to inspire them to discover those beautiful design elements from nature.
Now, when you were in Paris and you were studying there and your sister, were you studying, or did you later work in a field related to design or fashion design or the creative world? Was that what you guys were doing in Paris?
She actually went, I think, 10 years earlier than me, and so we both there, but the time weren't overlapped. Mm-hmm. But so she started fashion design in Paris, and then worked in Poisson Rouge. It's a very important association for those fashion interns to attend. And I myself I teach children English before, so I really enjoy teaching because seeing them to know what I want them to know and seeing them improving day by day, it's really something for me. So that's how we started, how to combine children's education combined with fashion design. Yeah. So when I was in Paris, actually I started 1 year in university in Taiwan, but how you worked in Taiwan. The book was selected 20 years ago, so my first lesson was, do you want to go to the factory and do you want to punch the card? It's very, very old-fashioned, so in the end, I really didn't learn much, and not those conversations that I can actually use in daily life. Mm-hmm. And so I went to Paris, I went to school, and after that I got a chance to work in Louis Vuitton.
Which I think most of our listeners would have heard of.
Yes, of course. And that's where I very closely to learn how fashion industry really is. And
what department of Louis Vuitton did you work in?
I was in the sales team and / merchandising. Visual design to decorate the windows. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And did you focus on the Asian customers because you happen to be from Asia?
Yeah. Because by that time my French wasn't that good, so my manager came to me and she said, "Don't worry, it's fine. We're not here to test your French."
Your French speaking ability.
Exactly, and we're just happy enough that you speak English and Chinese. So no worries, everything's gonna be good. So the colleagues there also teach me, because in fashion world, especially in French language, there are some specific words.
It's some specialized terms.
Yeah, so I learned from them, and then that's it.
Yeah, now I've heard that the those customers from places like China or Japan, they don't want to buy this stuff in the store in Beijing or Shanghai or Tokyo. They really want to go to the real source. They prefer, it's a sign of status if they buy it in Paris and then they go back home and say,
Definitely.
I didn't buy this in Shanghai boutique. I bought this in Paris.
Yes, because Louis Vuitton is a French brand. And when you go to these, in Paris there were 5 branches, and each of them has their own characters, because the bureau want them to be different. Like the one in Bon Marché is more for local customers. It's quite small, but it's very lovely. But the one in Champs-Élysées is for international customers. But I was working in Gay Lafayette.
Is that like specialized for the Asian customers?
Exactly. Asian customers, especially Japanese and Singaporeans, they would come and show me the picture, or
show you the picture from what source though? From a magazine or a website?
No, I think in Japan they have this special catalogs for each different brands. Okay, this catalog only for Louis Vuitton, and they would go okay, I want this one, and they know also the name of the model and the model's series.
So very specific.
Yes, and very easy for me.
Very easy for you to get a commission as well, I hope.
Well, in Paris it doesn't work that way. No commission for me. But I did get a raise, yeah.
So how many years were you working on the floor in the Galeries Lafayette, which is a big department store? It's kind of like I don't know, the equivalent of a Sogo in Taipei, right?
Definitely.
And you were working in the boutique for Louis Vuitton, talking to the customers. How long did you do that?
I did it for 1 year, and then my husband and I got a chance to move to Singapore. So we stay another 2 years in Singapore, and then finally I find my way home. We moved back to Taiwan 2008.
And no more Louis Vuitton after that?
No more. No more. It's babies and babies and babies.
Well, yeah, you did say you are a mother of 3, which nowadays is just amazing in Taiwan, right? With that falling birth rate, you meet someone from a previous generation, and they say they have 6 or 7 siblings. That's kind of normal. And you say, why? They say, well, because we lived in a rural part of Taiwan, and everyone back then used to do that. But
like my mother, I have 7 siblings.
Wow.
My mother had 8 children, and her mother had 9 children.
Well, you must have someone's birthday to go to every weekend.
Every weekend, very busy.
Or
cousins, sisters.
Yeah, weddings, birthdays. Well, good thing you know how to make things. You're very creative, so you just make your own gift. You don't have to buy something. So then you got busy having children, but you decided that you wanted to come back to the working world, and you still wanted to do something in your own field. Let me ask you a difficult question, Xiaomi. When you told your friends, your family, that you had this business idea, okay, other than your sister, since she was working with you, what was the reaction from other people, the good and the bad? Did some people say, great, this is going to be a huge success, or was there always the person who's negative? Not like me, because I'm a very positive person, right? But there's always the negative person who says, well, there's no chance, there's no market for this. So what was the feedback when you told people you wanted to do a business, build a business around design courses for children?
Well, I have to say that I agree with you. Most of people, they are not very supportive, because they see the difficulties of this. How can I put this way? In Taiwan, well, let's put it that way. Our education system mainly focus on how much score you can get, how much,
it's all built around
how
testing.
good you are at school. Mainly that, not really about what the kids want or how we can learn apart from books. I mean, we can learn many things outside of books. You go to the park for 5 minutes. You come back, you can have tons of ideas that is not written in the books.
Yeah, I'll give you an example. I told a friend that you're going to be my guest tonight. This friend has small children, and I say, oh, this could be an activity for your children to do during the summer. And this friend's immediate reaction was, my kids need to study more math during the summer.
So, yes, you are right. Our main challenge is this. It's not that there's no market. There is market. It's that how we need to communicate with the parents, and how we need to raise the importance of this aesthetic education is important for children, because let's face it, for the generation that we're talking about is for, you know, elementary school students or junior high. They are born digital age, and many things are already arranged or designed for them, and you cannot design art, and you cannot design you know, not, of course right now you have many apps or some tools to okay, gather all the data and give you, okay, that's the feedback of which great artist would do. And the same picture, if other different artists, how would he do it in different perspective. But what I'm trying to communicate here is that children are born artists. Let them be and give them space. They're gonna be incredible, not just, you know, locking in the box and follow the mainstream, because, you know, in 10, 20 years from now, this mainstream we're talking about might no longer be the mainstream. Is that how human being can think individually and to figure out a way that we benefit each other. That's it.
But yeah, actually, young people in Taiwan, when I say young people, I mean people in, say, their early 20s. They seem to be very artistic in Taiwan. You know, a lot of young people that I encounter, they're very good with software. You were talking about computers and stuff. I mean, they know how to use Photoshop or similar programs. They know how to do some really wonderful design stuff, even if it's not necessarily encouraged as a career. But young people seem to be knowledgeable, but as you said, maybe they're getting pressure, whether it's from their parents or from their schools, not to focus on these areas as a career. So when you go to the schools and you propose these kinds of programs, what kind of reaction do you get from the school officials, from the principals, the teachers? Do they say, we want to do this, we just have no money, or yes, we want to do it and here's the money, or they say we're just not interested, and you have to persuade them?
I have to say both, because we run our curriculums in international schools in Taipei, and we also work with Montessori systems, etc., some international schools. And at the same time, we know that far from Taipei, far from the capital, there are many schools that maybe kids would be interested in the same thing, you know, how to be inspired and how we do design. So we actually we design a form for those teachers to sign up, and then we went to Yilan, six different schools. We went there, and we also work with Wo Meixue, and we went to the mountains in Niaoli. So 6 different schools, including junior high and elementary schools. For me, education is not, how can I put this? In front of education, everyone should be equal. And it's not because you have more resource and you get better. It would be more like, if you want it as a person who can provide, I think we should, as an adult, I think we should. Because it's the next generation that we're talking about. Because in, I don't know, 50, 40 years from now, we'll be no longer here. And what we're going to left for them is the world is going to be better or not worse? And is the planet going to get better or worse?
Well, it's an interesting time to be asking these questions, given the virus situation.
Yeah, so I think, you know, learning this, not just, okay, teaching kids how to design or how to create, how to appreciate arts and so it's also, I would like to communicate also, start from zero, you look down, what is around you, and you get the essence of your design energy or your design elements, and from that, kids would directly appreciate, oh, what I have nearby, and then they would go further and said, oh, there's this kind of flower downstairs and this kind of flower I've seen somewhere, and they would know, how can you see more flowers is to protect the earth.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like a cycle. If we answer the earth nicely, I think the earth will answer us nicely, hopefully.
What about the teachers? What's the reaction? You said you did some teacher training.
Mm-hmm.
Well, what's the reaation from the teachers? How do they feel about these kinds of activities?
Well, when we were doing these, teacher trainings, we would get a lot of feedbacks like, oh, I've never thought about that before, because this design kit, we actually gather all the knowledge from what we had learned before and from our experience, and these are very logical. Step by step, we lead children how to discover their style and how to create things by themselves. So for teacher, they've never, they most of the teacher would say to us, I've never think that design is so easy and so, how can I put this?
Well, it's actually, you're making it accessible for people.
Yes, definitely. And right now with this situation coming on, we're doing a lot of e-learning. So I think is it? Oh, next month I will be teaching internet, e-learning from Taipei, but to 5 different countries, Southeast countries, through this digital education institute. I'm pretty excited about that.
Well, that's great. Well, we're going to take a short break, and when we come back, we're going to talk more about some of the specific programs that Petite Mode Studio is going to be offering in the coming months. You're listening to Residence Messenger on the Taipei Broadcasting Station. Welcome back to Residence Messenger on Taipei Broadcasting Station. I'm your host, Ross Feingold, and today I'm joined by Xiaomin from Petite Mode Studio, which you can find on Facebook by looking up Petite Mode Studio.
Petite Mode Studio.
Great. We're going to talk a little bit in detail now about some of the materials and the courses that you offer. You brought one of your great kits. Tell us specifically about what is a typical course, whether it's in a school or something you offer during the school holiday. What's the typical arrangement of a course, the length of time, what you teach the students?
Originally, we designed this for children 8 to 13, so mainly from elementary school, year 3 above, up to junior high. So it's for children children who like to design, to learn the basic knowledge out of it, and to know the logical design steps. So for example, first one, we use color selection. And many parents would ask us, so what is color selection?
I was going to ask you the same thing, especially, Xiaomi, because I'm colorblind, so it's a bit challenging for me.
Yeah. Are you?
Yeah.
So basically, we just, that's a very natural picture from the park, and what we see butterflies and we see flowers, and that's the color we can get. It's called color selection. Very easy, right, Ross? Do you agree?
Yes,
you get it.
Yeah, I can see there's some different shades. Yes.
So you get the colors, and what we do with the colors. For design, what do you need? You need color and the motive. Agree? So use the colors to do the motive. What we're gonna do?
You've gone into teaching mode, I can tell.
Yes. So what we're gonna do? We're gonna, based on this picture, we see flowers and butterflies. So the shape of butterflies can be can be this, and can be this. And the shape of the flower can be this, or this, or this, or this, or even shapes of the leaves. But we're all using the 5 colors that we selected before. So you can see these are the motif design, the pattern design that we do. And we can put it on like a pattern of the clothes and put it on your clothes. So in this kit, children will learn the logic of design. What we do, first we do color selection, and then we do pattern design. And furthermore, we play with the silhouette. And what is silhouette? Here. We have this 6 different kinds of silhouettes, different dresses, if you may, or different clothes. We have different styles, sporty, city style, casual, or very formal. And then we will ask children to pick up one background. We inside have 4, indoor and outdoor. So they can imagine, okay, I'm going to the park, what should I wear? I'm having a tea time with my best friend, what should I wear? And then using the knowledge we learned before, which is color selection and pattern design.
Pattern design.
Exactly.
No, but what if children are just really bad at drawing? You know, like when I was trying to draw, you know, I was always going outside the lines and things like that.
It's okay. It's okay. Everything needs practice. And that is why we have these examples. Like I just show you a picture from the garden, and you can also use, it's Taipei 101. How can it be our design elements? Of course it can. So you select these 5 colors. Very easy. Okay, there's white and black, and it's a sunset, right? And then we use that to do the pattern design. And I'll always ask children, what's the difference? So from the picture from the park and the picture from a sunset of Taipei 101, the motif design can be very, very different, because the flowers and the shape of butterfly is very soft, very organic, and very natural. So it's not very sharp. But if you take a look of the examples of the 101, it's actually, you know, 101 doesn't grow up from the earth. So it's designed so that it's very logical, very rational.
And when you're teaching all this, it's just you with the teaching materials, or do you use videos or anything like that, or it's more old-fashioned? You're talking and you're using the paper materials and the booklets that you have.
We use PPT to show children, and we talk and discuss to like what I did to you. Like, what do you see? Do you agree? Yeah. So that's what.
And you do these courses in Mandarin and English as well?
Yes. In international schools we teach it.
And what about during the school holidays? What courses will you be offering?
During the school holidays, you mean summer camp?
Sure.
Yes. Thank you for asking. This year we have arranged different summer camps around Taiwan. We have 2 in Taipei, 1 in Hsinchu, and 1 in Taichung, and 1 in Kaohsiung. And our camps are 5 days from Monday to Friday. Each day children will learn the different essence of design. And the great thing is that on Friday afternoon, we invite parents to attend their exposition. So there will be some work of their own to explain what they have learned from Monday to Friday. And then there will be a very cute mini runway show for children to demonstrate their design. It's quite cool.
So it's an all-day camp during the summer for one week.
Yes, 5 days, Monday to Friday.
And the parents, they just drop off their kids and come back at the end of the day to get their kids. And during the virus situation, what extra steps do you need to take to make the parents feel that this kind of activity is safe for kids to attend this year?
For instance, in February, we had our winter camp in T Fashion. It's located in the fabric market, very close to Taipei Main Station. What we did is that we measured the temperature before they get in, and we asked children to wash their hands every hour. And we were lucky to have one of our teammates. He used to be a nurse in a care center. So he taught children the correct way to wash their hands.
Okay, so not only are you teaching the children about design and creativity, you also teach them how to wash their hands.
Because it's very important.
Yes, I think it's something that children need to be constantly reinforced. In fact, adults need it as well.
Definitely.
Okay, so you do temperature taking, hand washing,
and mask on all the time.
Do you teach how to make the masks look pretty and creative as well?
Yeah, we were thinking about that. Yes.
Okay, so it's a 5-day program and you'll be offering it. It's the same program in the different parts of Taiwan, or each location is slightly different?
Each location has different
that.
theme.
Okay, tell us about the different themes.
Like the one in Hsinchu, because Hsinchu, the special in this beautiful city is it's very windy. So the theme is play with the wind, and there will be some. Should I say it now or okay?
Well, if you want to encourage people to attend.
So if you close your eyes, and what do you feel about wind? It's cold, it's breezy, and most of the kids would tell us, "I see blue." So that's kind of okay. Wind for children is blue, so we use the color to complete the image of the wind. So we will be using different colors in different theme. Like in Hsinchu, ones will be white and slightly silver, and then light blue to support this. How can I put to support this program, right? And the one in Kaohsiung, because Kaohsiung is a harbor, everyone knows it. It's a very big and very, when you think of Kaohsiung, it's very weavy and lots of boats. So that one, we had it darker blue, navy blue, because, big boat and anchor and thing. And so we'll be also adding a lot of like shiny elements to show the scale? How do you say it?
The fish scale?
Fish, yes.
Oh, fascinating.
Yeah.
Okay, so what
like
about
sequins
what about Taichung? What's the color for Taichung?
Taichung is a very sunny city and produce a lot of nice, tasty fruits. So for us, Taichung is sunny aloha. Aloha, it's like a very fruity, so the color will be very fruity as well.
Bright.
Like a fuchsia, very bright and very, very happy, very fulfilled.
And Taipei?
Taipei will be, there will be two themes, because we were having two summer camps in Taipei. One in the first week of children's holiday, and one is right after they finish their holiday. And the first theme is the bubble party. Why bubble party? Because recently we've been washing our hands very much every hour, and the bubble shapes a circle, right? But if you under the sun, you see the reflection of the bubble is actually rainbow color. So by that is our theme. It's bubbles, circles, and it's rainbow color, and it's very light. And the second summer camp in Taipei, it's Côte d'Azur. It's one of the area in Nice, in
southern France.
Exactly, thank you. And it's a bit like Kaohsiung, but Côte d'Azur is not a harbor, so there's no boat, but there will be slightly green and blue will be the key colors, and to create this image of the Côte d'Azur.
So the ages for these camps, are each location is the same age range?
Yes,
can
yes, 7 and above.
7 up to what age would be
to,
appropriate?
Well, we had,
because if I was like if I was 13, I wouldn't want to be with a 7-year-old, right?
No, you definitely want to join us.
Okay.
Because very funny is that we said from 7 and above, and then parents will ask us, so until what age? And our answer is always, it depends really on the children. If they really like design and they want to know more, it's not a question of age actually. Previous time we had this girl, she was in senior high, 2nd year, and she was so happy to see those younger girls with younger kids, and she find her place in this camp. Well, camping life is also because we stay from 9 to 5. How many hours are there? 8 hours per day. It's also a good way for children to get along with each other and to find their place, and to like the beautiful image I've ever seen is that I was washing, and I heard a kid was reading, and I take a look. It is actually the girl from year 4. She was 10, and she was reading the storybooks to a student of age of 5 and 6. They couldn't read Chinese without Bapama, and she was reading for them the storybook. I find that fascinating, without us asking them to do it. But during break time, they find things to do, and they tend to help each other. I think that's great.
So they don't just learn about design or how to draw or color, they also learn how to get along with each other.
Definitely, it's very important.
And you said at the end of the camp, on the 5th day, there's like a mini runway show.
Mini runway show.
How are you able to put the materials together so quickly to do a mini runway show?
Put the material together, you mean for children to run?
Yeah, so what are they wearing during the mini runway show?
Oh, they will be wearing their own t-shirts that they design by themselves, and many accessories like hairband or bracelets or a necklace, all based on the theme which we just mentioned.
And these are all things they put together during the camp.
Yes, yes. And also we encourage children to bring their old clothes or their the material, the fabrics that are no longer in use, and to bring to the camp, and then we will figure out a way to redesign it to give you a second life to the fabrics. So we also encourage green design.
Okay, so they get to recycle the clothes by their children.
Yes.
Putting them to use with some of the knowledge that they gained during camp. And what do kids take away from the camp? They get the kit that you brought to the show today, and which people watching on the video could see. People on the radio, unfortunately, can't see, but they go to your Facebook or watch us on YouTube and see the kit. What do they take away?
They will take away all the designs they created during the camp time. It's not just the t-shirts, not just the accessories, but also we'll be teaching like a mini couture. Couture is handmade by very precise, like French couture, and children will be creating the mini couture based on this 37 height wooden mannequin. So the mannequin will be dressing up. It's called mini me. It's mini and me.
So they get a mini mannequin.
Exactly.
And they get to take the mannequin with them.
Yes, yes. And so there's a mini mannequin, and and there's a moon board and idea books, tons of stuff.
Okay, so they get a lot of materials that they continue to use afterwards as well.
Yeah, I think what is important is that kids can learn the technique in the camp, and they can bring home. Like I once heard a parent say, "Oh, you know what, teacher? My daughter just fixed me my button," and she's so happy that her daughter learned some knowledge outside of the book. Or there's a hole. How can I do with it? I throw away? No, you just
give it to your daughter.
Yes, and your daughter will fix it.
I know there might be some tailors who are going to be out of work. They'll be unhappy about this.
But kids' work is different from the tailor's work. But I think it's good for children to know that they are capable of do things. From 0 to 1 to by walking out from the backstage to the front. This journey may be only 10 meters, but for them, it's their 5 days of work. And for them, they create things by their own hand and by their imagination and what they have learned during the camp. And you see them grow. Yeah.
And for parents who can't attend, or their children can't attend the camp, your kits are available at your boutique, which is in Esleet.
Yes.
Correct.
Esleet. How do you pronounce it?
Esleet.
Esleet.
Yeah,
okay.
that's how we pronounce it in American. I speak Americanese.
Okay.
But parents could buy the kits, and there's some videos available.
Yes. Tons of videos are available in our YouTube channel. Also, keyword Petite Mode Studio.
And so people could teach their children on their own as well. If they're
some
unable to
tutorial
go to
film as well. Yes, yes.
Okay, so parents, this is a great activity for the summer, or not even during the summer, other times as well, especially during this time when we're all worried about the virus and good activities to do with kids, even if they're stuck at home. But it's safe to go to the camp as well, because the camp has proper virus prevention measures. Well, Xiaomi, we're just about out of time, but thank you so much for coming to talk about this wonderful children activities, design, education from Petite Mode Studio, especially with Children's Day tomorrow. Thank you again, Xiaomi.
Thank you so much for having me, Ross. Thank you.